We continue now at the top of Daf Samach Aleph and Meseches Gittin. This is Gittin Daf 69a. The Gemara continues discussing various kinds of remedies. Livruksi, Rashi says, Livruksi is choli sheba'ayin. That's an illness that happens to the eye. So for that illness, what do? Lesi akrava deshev chumri. Bring a scorpion of 7 colors. Uniyavshe betula, and dry it in the shade. V'nishchok tarti minasa kuchla v'chadam ansa minei. And then grind up 2 portions of kuchla, which is a kind of cosmetic for the eye, and 1 portion of the scorpion. V'lamale tzlasa michli b'hayena, and put 3 eye brushfuls in one eye. Utzlasa michli b'hayena, and put 3 eye brushfuls in the other eye. Tfelo, but not more than that. Tfelo limli, a person shouldn't put more than that. De'ilo, because if not, if a person puts too much, paka eine, that's going to cause his eye to burst. And Rashi explains the shev chumri of 7 colors, menumar b'sheva gvanim. Again, the scorpion has 7 colors. Mach mazikna, because it's older. Tzalasa michli means michal hu knafa of. The michal was either the wing of a bird, or kaf rachav, or was like a wide spoon. Dak shel eitz, made out of wood. Shenodel bo hakchol v'nosin bayin. That's what the person would take the chol, which was this cosmetic. He would take it with either this wing or this kind of a brush and place it in the eye. And you should just do that tzalasa michali shlosha pa'amim 3 times and no more, because otherwise it will cause the eye to burst. And the Gemara continues, L'shvire delelia, for night blindness, nesi shudra barka, they should bring a rope of hair from an animal. Rashi says, shudra barka chevel, a rope, shall seir behema, of the hair of an animal, v'shel zanav, susupara, from the tail of a horse or a cow. And they should bring this rope of hair, v'neser choda kara minei, v'choda kara mikalba. Rashi explains, Yikshor echad miraglav, they should use this hair to tie one of his feet. V'regel hakelev b'sheni rasha achav, on the other side, they should tie the leg of a dog. V'nitrafu yenuki chaspa abasre, Rashi says that means v'nitrafu yenuka chaspa abasre yakashkeshu tinoko shivrei charasim achorav. They should throw broken pieces of pottery behind him. The children should throw broken pieces of pottery behind the individual. V'leimrule, and they should say to him as follows: Asa kalba, old dog, achsa tarnagola, foolish rooster, v'ligve shev umtzi mishiva bate, and they should collect 7 pieces of meat from 7 houses. V'lisvinu nihile b'tzinura dedasha. Rashi says, v'nisvinu nihile b'nei habatim, those who live in the houses, the neighboring houses, they should place lahanach umtzi, they should place these pieces of meat b'tzinura dedasha, in the socket of the door. V'nechlinu b'kilkule demas, and he should eat them by the area of the garbage dump. Basar hachi, after this, lifshot shudra barka, he should untie the rope of hair that's around his leg. V'neimru hachi, and they should say as follows: Shavrire de ploni bar plonisa, the blindness of so-and-so, the son of so-and-so. Shavkinu le ploni bar plonisa, should leave so-and-so, the son of so-and-so. V'lecharu lechalba bevesa de'enei, and let them blow in the dog's eye. And the Gemara continues, L'shavire de yamama, for blindness that happens during the day. Lesi shiva sumki megava de chivsa, he should bring 7 spleens from the inside of an animal. V'nitvinu achaspa de'uman, and he should roast them on the pottery shard of a blood letter. V'leisav iu megavoy v'inish achrina me'avroi, and he should sit inside, and someone else should sit on the outside. V'nemalei avira, and the blind person should say to the person who's able to see, Havli de'echel, give me to eat. V'nemalei, and the other person should say back, Hech psicha, the one that's able to see, Sav echel, take and eat. Uvasar da'achal, and after he eats, lisvere lechaspa, he should break the shard, d'ilo, because if he does not break the shard, hadre ilove, then the blindness will return to him. And the Gemara continues, lidema da'asi minchira, for a nosebleed, lesi gavra kohen d'shmei Levi, bring a person who's a kohen whose name is Levi, v'lichtov v'lein, he should write for him Levi limafreya, he should write Levi backwards. V'lo, and if not, lesi inish me'alma, should just bring any person. V'nichtov le, and write for him as follows: Ana papi shila bar sumki, I papi shila bar sumki lemafreya, write that backwards. V'lo, and if not, nichtov le hachi, should write from as follows: Tam deli b'mei kesef, tam deli b'mei pegam, taste from a bucket in silver water, taste from a bucket in tainted water. V'ilo, and if not, lesi ikara da aspasta, bring the root of aspasta, which is animal fodder. V'ashla de puria atika, and rope from an old bed. V'kortasa, and paper, umorike, and saffron. V'sumka de luliva, and the red part of a palm branch. V'nikolinu bahade hadadi, and burn them together. V'lesi gevava de amra, and bring a fleece of wool. V'nigdol tarti psilta, and spin it into 2 threads. V'litmish b'chola, and soak them in vinegar, v'nigdabel b'kitma hadain, and roll them in this ash, v'neisev b'nechire, and put that in his nostrils. V'ilo, and if he's not able to do that, lichsi amas hamayim da'azlas mimizrach klape mayrev, he should look at a stream of water that goes from east to west, v'nifsa v'nekom chad kara l'hai gisa v'chad kara l'hai gisa, and he should stand, putting one leg on one side and one leg on the other side of it. V'nishkol tina biyode diyamina, he should take some clay in his right hand, mituse kara desmole, from underneath his left foot, uviyode desmole, in his left hand, mituse kara diyamine, from underneath his right leg. V'nigdol tarti psilos, and he should spin 2 threads diameter of wool. V'nitmish betina, and he should soak them in the clay. V'neisa b'nechire, and he should put it in his nostrils. V'ilo, and if he's not able to do this, leisiv tuse marzuva, he should sit underneath a gutter. V'naisu maya, they should bring water. V'lishtu alei, and they should pour it on top of him. V'leimron, they should say, kihechi depaski hanimaya, just like this water has stopped. Lifsok demei deplanya bar palnisa, the blood of so-and-so, the son of so-and-so, should also stop. And the Gemara continues, L'dema da'asi mipuma, for blood that comes from the mouth, but kinan le begila dechitza, we inspect it with a straw of wheat. Isarech meirea ka'asi, if it sticks to it, so it comes from the lung. V'isle takanta, and that means there is a remedy. V'ilo, and if it doesn't stick to it, mikavda ka'asi, it comes from the liver. V'lesle takanta, and there is no remedy. And the Gemara continues, Amar le Ravami le Ravashi, Ravami said to Ravashi, V'hanon ipcha tanan, but we learn the opposite in a Mishnah. This is a Mishnah in Chulin. In other words, we learn the opposite, that from the liver is actually not as dangerous as from the lung, because it says in the Mishnah, Nital hakavid, if the liver is completely removed, v'lo nishtayr himena klum, there's nothing left of it, so that animal is considered a treifa. And hareya, but when it comes to the lungs, even shenikvo shachasr, even if there's just a hole, or is just missing something, that's enough to make it a treifa. And so you see there's more danger when it comes to the lung, because even a small hole, even if it's just missing something, that's enough to make the animal a treifa. But by the kaved, by the liver, the entire thing needs to be removed in order for the animal to be a treifa. Amar lei, so he said back to him, Kevan to mi pume ka'asi, since the blood is coming from his mouth, Amoris muche ismach, that's exactly what happened. The entire liver has melted away, and therefore that's why it poses a danger for which there is no remedy. And the Gemara continues, Amar Mar, the master said, Ime rea ka'asi, if it comes from the lungs, Isle takanta, there is a remedy. Mai takante, what is the remedy? Lesi shiva kuni mi pirma de silka, he should bring 7 fistfuls from sliced beets, v'shiva kuni, and 7 fistfuls pirma dekarti, of sliced leeks, v'chamisha kuni, and 5 fistfuls preda, of preda grass, utlasa kuni de tlafchi, and he should bring 3 fistfuls of lentils, v'kuna de chamona, and 1 fistful of kamona, which is cumin, v'kuna de chavli, and 1 fistful of rope, uchenegdon, and corresponding to that, kinsa patirta, the intestines of a firstborn animal, v'livshil, and he should cook it all together, v'leichel, and he should eat it, v'lishte abasra, and after that he should drink shichra charifa de teves, a strong beer. And the Gemara continues, lakacha, for a toothache, Amar Rabba bar Ravhuna says, leisi tuma yechida, he should bring a single garlic, v'nimrase b'mishcho milcha, and he should grind it with oil and salt, v'neisvei atofroi dilyona dahugisa dechayev, and he should place it on the thumbnail of the side that hurts him, v'nahadrle gidan for delisha, and he should put around it a rim of dough, v'nizdar lebisre, but he should be careful that it shouldn't touch his flesh, tekashi lechivra, because it creates boils. And the Gemara continues, lechinchi, for the gums, Amar Rabbi Yochanan says, chumsi, Spanish chamomile, kimamru, that's like the mamru plant, vikar de chumsi, and the root of the chumsi, the root of the Spanish chamomile, adif mi mamru, is better than the mamru plant, v'ninkot bepume hani lu'ukme, and he should place it into his mouth in order to maintain it, in order that it shouldn't get worse. And the Gemara continues, levashule, to boil the blisters. Rashi explains, levashule ha'avabuos, to boil the blisters, again by the gums, shetekabitz lecha shelahen, that the pus should gather lesochan into them, shetehiyotza kashiyivku, so that way when they pop the blister, the pus will be able to exit. So in order to do that, laisi pare dereish nafi, he should bring the bran that's at the top of the sifter, v'talfachi bi'afrayu, and lentils in their dirt, v'shuvlilta, and fenugreek, v'chumrasa dekeshusa, and flour of the hop plant, v'ninkot kamguza b'pumi, and he should take about the size of a nut of that inside of his mouth, li'iftuche, and to open up the blisters, linfoch lechavre, let his friend blow into his mouth, tachle chivarta, white cress, begila dechitza, with a straw of wheat, And finally, la'asuke, to heal the blisters, lesi afra mitula de beis hakise, bring dirt from the shade of the bathroom, v'nigvol beduvsha, and knead it in honey, v'nechel, and eat it, t'mali le, as this will be effective for a cure. And the Gemara continues, levarsam, for a bronchial infection, lesi ki pistika denishtar, he should bring ammonia, the amount of a nut, v'chiam guza de chelbanisa duvshanisa, and also sweet galbanum, also the size, the amount of a nut, umalei tarvida duvsha chivra, and he should bring a spoonful of white honey, umalei natla bas mechoza chamra nikida, and a mechuza vessel with clear wine, v'nishlukinu bahade adadish, and he should boil them all together, v'chi bashal nishdor bashal ekule, and once the ammonia is cooked, everything is cooked. V'ilo, and if he can't do this, lesi reviasa de chelba de iza chivarti, he should bring a quarter lug of milk from a white goat, and we will continue with this discussion in the next video on Daf Samech Tes Amid Beis.